So, as everybody has seen, we've got the Mother Hunters here on the Coast to Coast podcast tonight. I'm going to play a quick little intro clip here from their promo video. Okay. So we've got, like I said, on episode 3 of the Coast to Coast podcast, we've got the Mother Hunters. It's a unique name for a pile of women that picked up the sport. So what I'll do is I'll have everybody introduce yourselves, and we'll go from there. So we'll start with Lisa.
Hi, Jeff. I guess I'm only one piece of the Mother Hunters. There's now 4 of us. Unfortunately, one of us couldn't be here tonight, which is Charlene. Charlene, if you're listening, we miss you. So I don't know, you want history?
Yeah, history's fine. How you get into the sport of hunting? What made you pursue it?
Oh, well, I mean, I started a long time ago, just as a teenager, but of course, life gets in the way and you get married and you have kids, and then that's all stopped for a while. And then I got back into it a little bit later when I met my Mr. now. So, yeah, it's probably a good 15 years or so now, like steady hunting and fishing and lots of adventures.
Perfect. Okay. Well, it's something. Did your family have anything to do with you getting involved in the outdoors?
My dad, he liked to hunt deer and fish. Yeah. Okay. So, not that I went on many of those trips, but he always did take us fishing, and clam digging was a big thing.
Perfect. So
pile the gang up and head out digging clams.
Okay, no, that's good. It's you got to start somewhere learning, right? Like many kids today. Teresa, I think you're next in the rotation now.
How are you?
I'm doing fine. Welcome to the show.
Thank you.
So, what made you get involved in the outdoors? The hunting, the fishing, kayaking. I see pictures of that. The whole 9 yards.
Yeah. Well, I grew up in the country, and we did a lot of fishing when we were kids. Not so much hunting, but then I met my husband and we got married, and he was a hunter and he fished, and he came from a long line of people who trapped and spent their lives doing lots of things outdoors. So over the years, I cared for the kids and he went hunting, and I thought to myself, I'd like to be able to do stuff like that someday. So a few years back, I met Lisa and a few other girls, Charlene and Kim, and we decided that we were going to try our hand at this hunting thing. And Lisa arranged for us to go on a bear hunt, and the rest is history. Everything else, I think, kind of evolved from that. The kayaking, the hiking, the hunting, the fishing, all the things that we girls do together kind of all started with that first bear hunt, I think. It was awesome.
So I assume now, and most viewers are probably going to assume the same thing. how you girls knew each other prior to this, or did you just meet along the way, or how did that work out?
So I knew Kim. Our daughters were best friends, and they went to school together all the way through. And Charlene, I met through hockey. My husband was her kid's hockey coach. Lisa kind of came along a little bit later. Our kids were friends, and I had heard. I work at a business in Brookfield, and Terry built a building through us, and so I knew his name, and I had heard, talk about, oh, he's a hunter, and Lisa was a hunter, and they did a lot of hunts, turkeys and that type of thing. So through the grapevine, you hear people's names and what they're up to, and we had the opportunity to meet, and it was the rest is kind of history.
Perfect. Okay, well that answers that. How about yourself, Kim? What got you involved with the hunting, fishing, the whole outdoors aspect?
Well, unlike these guys, I did not grow up hunting, and nobody around me hunted. I did fish a little bit, like trout and smelts when I was little, but I was kind of an afterthought with the bear hunt, and it was kind of a joke that I was going because I would have never, ever imagined that I would hunt. And so they kind of took me along with them. And it was kind of like a joke I would be the camp bitch, but I actually went in the blind with the girls, and I was hooked from then on. So I had to learn from the ground up, and the big motivator for me was providing clean meat for my kids, and just being in the outdoors, being with the girls, having fun, doing group activities and stuff.
Awesome.
And here we are.
Here he is today. So I've got somebody text me a question there because they're not sure how to do it on Facebook, obviously. So one of the viewer questions were, what made you girls shoot the promo video for Mother Hunters, and why hasn't a TV network picked this up? Obviously, it is pretty.
We all have
Let's
some questions. I've seen some of the shows on TV, and I wonder, how did we not get our own show? Who wants to talk about how it came about?
You go ahead, Teresa.
Okay, so we as a group, we did an outdoor show at the Rec in Truro, and Jonathan Torrance. I'm sure most people in the Maritimes know who Jonathan Torrance is. He happened by a booth that we were working at, and thought that we were kind of a dynamic group of females. And it piqued his interest. He wanted to know more about us. He wanted to know what we were doing and why we were doing it. And we kept in touch with him. And over the next month or two, he decided he wanted to shoot what they call a sizzler for a TV show. And so he did that. And I think the one that you watched is one that we did afterwards with a producer friend of his. Jonathan was so interested in it, and he had a producer friend that had done some reality TV shows down in the States. So he called him, and he and his crew came, and we did another one. And then they tried to shop it around to some different networks down in the States as well as here in Canada. For some reason, it never took off, but it was so much fun to do. It was an experience that honestly none of us will ever forget. And I can't give enough props to Jonathan and the crew that he brought to film us. They were amazing. It was lots of fun.
You could tell just by the enjoyment everybody had shooting the video, and there was so many different personalities, and I'm sure, as you all know, each one seems to have their own little, just by the pictures I'm putting up here and the hunts, each person has their own uniqueness, I guess, when you look through all the pictures. And I know you girls sent, a whole pile of pictures last night. and that's not even the tip of the iceberg, I'm told. So that's,
just to mention on some of the networks, Jeff, that one of the networks came back, and I thought it was funny because they had said that it wasn't maybe not these exact words, but I guess going towards, it wasn't catty enough. They wanted to see more fighting and more maybe like hair pulling and this kind of stuff. Well, that's not what we were about, right? We were a group of girls out hunting and fishing and having a great time, right? We were all really good friends.
Sounds like they wanted to see more Kardashians or whatever than what actually
Maybe the
happened.
housewives of Brookfield.
But yeah, I see here that you girls have done bear, turkey, caribou, moose. Let's talk about some of your experiences, good, bad, with the hunting aspect.
Hey, Kim, do you want to tell him about our first hunt, our bear hunt?
Yeah,
Sure.
I can do that. Yeah.
All right. So the first night that we were up there, we went. I can't remember how many people had tags. There was only 3 tags, I think.
There were 2.
Teresa was one of the ones anyway that had a tag. So we went in our first night, Friday night, in a ground blind. There was 4 of us, and it was actually Teresa, Lisa, and Charlene and I in the blind. We sat there for 4 hours in the middle of the rain. Nothing came in for us until at the very end. We were talking. We were getting ready we were going to pack up, but I had to pee. So I stepped out of the blind. I had never seen a bear like other than a zoo in my entire life. And so as I was like doing my thing, I look up and nobody noticed because everybody was packing up, but there was like the biggest bear I've ever seen was at the bait pile, which was crazy. Anyway, we ended up not getting a shot, or you got a shot, Teresa, but didn't hit it. So the next night we went out and we like got driven way out in the middle of nowhere. So the first night I was not too bad because I thought, okay, if the bear comes after us, I can probably run faster than most of them and get back to the truck. So there was no truck at this one. We got dropped off. So I'm a little panicky. So we're sitting there and pretty quickly bear comes in and it starts coming towards us. Teresa takes a shot. It's about 10 yards in front of us. It literally stands up on its hind feet. Now, I've never been in the woods hunting before, ever. It stands up and screams, like growls, like, raw, and then it starts rolling towards us. Teresa she's a lefty, so she had her husband's right-handed bolt action. So she went to pull the bolt back and put the bullet back up in the chamber, and it didn't go up. She went to take the second shot, and there was like nothing there, obviously, so she didn't hit
There was
it.
there was a very quiet click.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
My click.
A
So
very quiet
finally,
click, and then we all went into
the
full
bear took
panic
off
mode.
So the bear took off in the other direction. Thank God. I was like shitting myself. So then another bear came in right afterwards. Like as soon as it happened, we're whistling, blowing whistles, everything. I'm on the phone calling like Terry to come and get us, like begging him, like crying, like come and get us, come and get us, come and get us. And I was like, oh my God. Anyway, we finally got the other bear to go away, and out of the blind we came and found Teresa's bear, but that was quite the adrenaline rush, that's for sure. That was my craziest experience. Nothing crazy like that since.
But she's been hooked since.
Quite the learning curve.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Needless to say, I went out and bought myself a left-handed bolt action rifle.
That's a wise choice.
We won't have that problem again.
No
Is that the
click.
308?
There'll be no click again.
Is that the 308?
And I don't want to be in a bear blind.
That's my 308. Yes. Yeah.
Perfect. Oh, well, that's
Yeah.
not too bad. As you can see, I'm sure you've seen the video there, or the still photos being played through while we were chatting there. So the viewers have seen that. I know I've got a couple of viewer comments here. One of your members. Wish I could see that video.
Oh, there is a video of that whole episode of my first hunt.
Yeah.
It's not for the faint of heart, though. It really isn't. It's not. It's certainly not postable for the general
No.
public because it
No.
isn't for the faint of heart.
Yeah. My mouth
But
was
it is
not
something to
appropriate.
see.
But you know what? That may get you guys a gig on A&E. Who knows,
That
right?
probably would.
Yeah.
But that's just the thing. It's so real, right? So real and raw. I mean, they want reality TV. That's as real as it's going to get. That video is real.
Yeah.
I see
Oh, yeah.
Aaron has
You
posted.
can see the shaking.
Yeah. Would any of you be interested in trying like that again, whether it's for internet purposes or network TV? Well, I guess that's a question for you from one of the public. One of the,
Trying what?
I guess he's interested in finding out. Would you be interested in doing an internet show? And what I guess Mother Hunters, obviously, at this point. If network TV didn't pick it up, that's what I'm reading into his question there. So I guess
It would depend on who was involved and what the show was about.
Gotcha.
Yeah, I never really thought about it. Like, we had a lot of fun doing it. It was certainly fun. It would depend on what it was.
I think we all just kind of resigned ourselves to the fact that it was fun at the time, and it probably wasn't going to happen after a certain amount of time went by. So we were happy with what we did at that point in time, and happy with the way things have gone since.
Yeah, that's well, it's who knows the way the internet works nowadays. This may rehash that promo video, and you never just who knows day to day, right? So
you never know.
I wouldn't oppose it. I wouldn't oppose it. I'd have a ball with these girls.
Yeah, me too.
And I know Lisa, you got North Shore Guide Services in New Brunswick, so I'm sure you could have them up there and a couple of TV shows, hunting and showing the film outside of things and all that fun stuff.
Oh yes, yeah. We've got a couple of spots between New Brunswick, Nova Scotia, and Newfoundland. Yeah.
We were the first clients.
We were the first clients for North Shore Guide Services.
That bear hunt was the first clients.
That's right. Wow. Those 5 girls were my first clients.
Jeez, how many bagged a bear that trip?
We had 2 tags. The girls had 2 tags. Yeah.
Did they?
So I got a bear, and one of the other girls got a bear. So we did fill our tags.
Okay.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah. So we did tag out.
Yeah.
That's the main thing, I guess. Lots of sausage, or what you do, bear steaks.
I think I had mostly roast and steaks.
Okay.
Yeah.
So now, next question: do you have any children that enjoy the outdoors as much as you all? If so, are they as dedicated to the hunting and fishing as everyone?
I absolutely do. I have a son and a daughter who both hunt. Not fish as much, but my son, he is definitely dedicated. Last year, he ended up harvesting a deer with his bow and one with his rifle. He is our workhorse when we need apples dug in and we can't do it. My husband and I, he does it. He's in the woods pretty much every single day from the middle or beginning of August all the way through to the end of hunting season. If he can get there, he's there. My daughter, she hunts a little bit when she has time, but between school and work, was always kind of strapped for time, but she has, she's harvested a deer as well. So yeah, they love it.
Perfect. You got to have it handed down from somewhere and teach them the good, the bad, and the ugly side of the hunting. Most people, they like to pull the trigger, but they don't like to work afterwards either. So
oh, they both do the work. That's for sure.
Awesome.
Yeah, I have 3, and the 2 older ones, they both fish and hunt. the younger one has been out in the blind with me. I wouldn't say that she'd ever pull the trigger on anything, but man, she loves to eat the stuff because she'll just go down in the freezer. She doesn't know what she's eating, but she'll just send a message to Terry or I and say, "Ma, what am I eating? what animal is this?" So she likes it, right? But I don't ever see her pulling the trigger on anything, but that's okay.
That's fine.
She's not against it, right? She's all for it.
Everybody's different. Now this day and age with this pandemic, it's everybody's looking to hunters and harvesters now for their spare meat in the freezer. So it's
right. One of the pluses of being self-sustainable, right?
That's a fact. How about you, Kim?
Yeah, my daughter, she is not interested at all. She will eat wild meat. My son started out a little bit with me. He likes to fly fish. He's been in the blind. He's been on some coyote hunts, and he hasn't had a lot of opportunity. But now once he gets working, he'll definitely be into it more when he has the money to put into it himself and get himself set up.
It's not a cheap hobby or sport to get into.
No, he just finished school, but he is very interested. He goes quite a bit with a few of his buddies.
Perfect. Well, that's what the world needs, more people out in the woods enjoying it.
Oh, he actually went turkey hunting too. He went on the hoot and shoot.
Yes,
in Maine.
CWTF?
He did, yeah. He got skunked. It was his turn to shoot and another kid shot. So he needs to go back and get his chance.
I'd say you never know. It could be possible to get back down. I know the hoot and shoot. I hear wonderful things about that with the CWTF. Haven't had the chance to take in a turkey hunt myself, but it's who knows what's in the works.
It's addicting.
There's nothing better.
Well,
turkey hunts are awesome.
Very addicting.
My biggest thing is the taxidermist would love it because it's another animal I'll end up getting on it. So it's an ever-growing list for crying out loud. I see Gary Geddes. I would be interested in hearing about your moose hunting experience. Sounds like it was successful. So Gary must be referring to the one over in Newfoundland you girls did.
Yeah. I'll let Kim and Teresa speak on that. I didn't have a tag. I wasn't hunting. I was actually there guiding with the girls.
Guiding me.
So I will let Kim and Teresa speak on their experience of it.
Kim, do you want to go first?
Sure.
Can you guys be quiet? Who's
Kim?
going first?
You are.
I am. Oh, sorry. People are being loud around here. Now they're gone. So moose hunt was totally a dream hunt, I think, for all of us. So it was pretty crazy. I was sick as a dog, sicker than I've ever been in my life, but we went anyway. We sat in a blind for 2 days, 2 full days. And then we went to another spot and went on foot. And we went like early in the morning through snowstorms, like walking through everything. We saw so many moose, no opportunities. Can I tell the story about Teresa though? Like, I won't tell your hunt, but after she shot hers, we went walking up towards her. This is hilarious because I wish I could have a cartoon drawn of it. It was just so funny. So she had already shot theirs and they were just standing waiting, her and her husband. So we were walking up the road and we saw them standing on the side of the road, but they didn't know, but it was like 10 yards behind them was like a huge moose, huge. So we're all like screaming at them, get down, get down, get down. So they like scoot down and go back into the woods and we're walking towards this moose and I'm like, we can't shoot it. I don't know where Teresa and Carrie are. We can't shoot it. Anyway, obviously we didn't shoot it, but it was just so funny.
They're saying get down, get down. And Carrie and I are looking at each other thinking, are they going to shoot in our direction? Like, why are they telling us to get down? We had no idea there was a moose behind us. None.
It was like Elmer Fudd cartoon or something. They were like just standing there in all their orange, and then this great big moose is just standing behind them. It was insane. So yeah, that was a pretty exciting part of it. But then after a few more days, I guess Thursday morning, Wednesday night, we sat in the freezing cold trying to call in a moose. I was so cold. I was just about done. I was like, I can't do this again. So what time did we get up in the morning? Like 3 in the morning, 4 in the morning?
Yep.
So Thursday morning, I was like, okay, this is it. I can't do another day. So we get up on the mountain and we get set up. We start walking down the road. We had an electronic call and placed it out, and we could hear like a moose grunting. So we get in a tree line, and it was kind of funny too, because I had a tripod with me because obviously I can't just stand and shoot. I don't have that much experience with the shooting. So we were in the tree line, and out comes the big moose, and he's got a tree branch stuck in his antlers, and he's like trying to shake it around. He's grunting. I couldn't get a good shot through the tree line, so we waited for him to come around, and he went right out onto the road, right to the electric moose call. And I had to like shimmy around, move myself around, grab the tripod, move it over, and then set up for a shot. And I don't know what happened there either. The first shot that I took, my bullet wasn't in the chamber. Something happened to it. I don't even know. So then I'm like freaking out, trying to get it out. It was jammed and couldn't get it out. Finally got the bullet up in the chamber and took the shot and didn't know if I hit it, had no idea. So we were just like waiting. Finally, we went out on the road, and there was lots of sign, lots of blood, some bone, all that. And we waited for a little while, and he was what, Lisa, down the hill, like when we finally found him.
Yeah, he was probably about 70, 80 yards.
Yeah, down the hill. It was pretty exciting because we thought like we were like, oh, did I hit him? Oh, I must have hit him. Did I graze him? Like, oh, it was terrifying because I was totally done on that. I was like, please, make sure I hit it because I was so sick. And then to finally see it, I was just like beyond excited. It was awesome. It was amazing.
Awesome.
Best hunt ever for sure.
So that would be your bull moose there in the photo, I take it.
Yep, that one right there. Yep.
That's it.
It's a nice eating moose.
Yep, got the freezer full.
What did it dress out now? About 500-600 pounds?
652, I think, something like that. Charlene probably know better. She'll write it on here. Mine was like 2 pounds off or something from hers.
Okay.
Kim, I think they were 4 something because mine was 523.
Oh, were they? Okay,
Yeah,
maybe.
I think they were 4 something.
I don't know. Maybe.
I've got a picture up there on the screen now showing a couple of them. So.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's all tree. That's awesome.
So
I was like so sick. When we were sitting, I was coughing and trying to be quiet, and oh, it's just awful. A fever. I probably had COVID.
early onset.
Yeah. It was an early one. Yeah.
You had moose-itis.
Oh, it was awful. I was high on all these drugs. Anyway, it was awesome. Can you imagine if I wasn't sick, how awesome it would have been?
Well, you toughed it out and you filled your tag, so that shows a lot. I know some grown men there that would have been on the couch crying for crying out loud.
Yeah, there were some early nights, like 8 o'clock, going to bed, 9 o'clock.
Yeah. No, she did. I couldn't believe it that she did it, and she hung in there and just like a real trooper every day. I don't know if I could have drugged myself out of bed feeling the way she was feeling, but man, you got her done.
Yeah, that's hey.
Had to. We didn't have choice.
No, that's an awesome story there. I see we got another viewer question here. I hear a lot with regards to big game hunting, whether moose, bear, etc. Have any of you ladies done small game like pheasant, partridge, or snowshoe hare?
I have been partridge hunting with my husband. This was before I started hunting. I was sort of his tag along. We've done quite a bit of rabbit hunting together with our kids. We like to go, we have a spot not far from our home, and we walk up and we go in a group and we do a little bit of rabbit hunting. Usually our favorite time is to go right around Christmas. Hope the bunnies are white and there's no snow on the ground. So makes for some fun days. So, but we definitely enjoy it. As for the birds, my husband and I say all the time, we're gonna find a farmer that'll let us pheasant hunt in his field, but we haven't done it yet. Maybe life will start to slow down a little bit in the next couple of years. The kids are growing older, so maybe we'll finally find a farmer with a field where we can hunt some pheasants.
Perfect.
Nice.
I've done pheasant once or twice and bunny hunting, but never successful with the bunnies.
Myself, no bird hunting, not turkey. That said, as far as bird hunting, no pheasant or partridge. I always say I'm gonna go out and try some duck hunting, but I haven't done that yet. Rabbit, I've been a couple of times. I like to take my bow out and try and knock some down with my bow. I've only ever done it twice, but it's a lot of fun.
I've seen your photo there, Lisa, with the squirrels in the bow. So that was impressive.
That's another thing I like to do. Just target practice.
Hey, it works. They're fast moving too, so.
Yeah, they are. Yeah. It makes it easier on the bigger targets with the bow.
So I see one of Kim's photos, I think it was with the turkey. It either turkey or a meat king. I'm not sure in the photo.
It was a meat bird. Yeah.
I kind of assumed as much, but...
I did. How many was that? I did 30 because I did some for you, Teresa, and some for me. And literally, like, I live in a village with houses next door on each side and behind me, and did 30 meat birds in my yard.
In a trampoline. Made a cake out of a trampoline.
I made my trampoline into the coop. This is from somebody that did not hunt or eat anything wild, anything outside.
Hey,
had a few laying hens for a while, but then the raccoons got in and ate their heads off. So
exactly.
Again,
so
someday.
See, that's an awesome point, Kim, for any ladies out there that are like terrified of trying anything. They just got to look you up and see everything you've done in the last 6 years. It's crazy. So if any women out there that don't think that they can do it, you can do it. You got to put your mind to it.
Yeah, I grew up with a single mom, no father, anything, nobody hunted anything. Like,
well, hey, you came you came far from where you were till now, because to do game birds and or meat birds alone, there's a lot of painstaking work to that, especially doing it by hand. You didn't have an electric plucker there or anything like that.
That was only once that I ever did that. I did do a turkey once too, and that was just horrific. So then now I take them to a butcher and have them done and come back looking all nice. But the first time it was awful.
So
I had a video of that too.
Jeez. I'm assuming you all skinned out your own moose and all that as well. Gutted it. You just didn't mind any of that.
No.
Start to finish.
No. We quartered mine and drug it up the hill.
Definitely did my share of skinning. Once we get the quarters hung, definitely took my share of skinning it. So, but I did have help.
Well, hey, yeah.
My husband was with me in our guide, so we all shared the work.
Hey, probably shared the bounty as well afterwards.
That's right. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I can't say too much when it comes to gutting the animals, because I've seen my share of moose and that, and the boys like to get me every time when we were out doing the moose hunting and that, because if we're out, the paunch pile, they wait till it's 3/4 of the way out and they poke it,
open it.
yeah,
So I have kind of a unique situation where I can't gut my own deer. I am highly allergic to the deer fur. So I can't touch the deer. Like I can handle the antlers and that, but I cannot touch the fur. I can't touch the rest of the deer until the fur is off of it.
Which
And
she
when I
found
say
out a few years ago.
when I say highly allergic, I mean my eyes swell shut, my ears swell, my hands tingle if I touch the fur. Very allergic. So unique, lucky a little bit maybe that I don't have to do it. But I have a son and a husband who will do it for me. I cook it for them. So I think maybe it kind of evens out the work, but
Always a compromise, right?
yeah, yes, yeah.
I
As
don't.
for all the other animals, I don't think I know I'm not allergic to bear fur. I'm not allergic to moose fur, but definitely deer is very allergic. So
How's
I'm
that
not
work with the
allergic to any of
taxidermy?
And if I could get Terry to do
once
it, he'll do
once
it.
the hide is done, I think it must be an oil that they secrete in their fur or something that I'm allergic to. Once we get them mounted and they're on the wall, no problem. But if I shoot a deer, I can't touch it until the fur's off.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Interesting. First
Yeah.
time I've heard tell of somebody allergic to.
Yeah, well, I didn't know I
Deer.
was until I helped my husband haul a deer out one day, and within probably 15 minutes, my eyes were swollen, my ears were swollen, my hands were tingling, I could feel my throat was swelling. Like I said, I am allergic to this deer. And then I did sort of test it a second time, and same thing, eyes swelling, and so I don't anymore.
That's an EpiPen situation or an EHS
I think
situation.
it could be so. So I don't test it.
I take it we got a paramedic in the house, do we?
Yeah.
Yes, we do.
Oh, so you got the basics covered if anything happens in the woods. That's
Well, we had actually talked about when we went moose hunting that we were happy Kim was there in case I had an allergic reaction to the moose fur.
Yeah, we
So,
had a first aid kit ready to
yeah,
go.
we had a plan.
So out of all you ladies now that are in the Mother Hunters, who has the funniest personality do you figure out of the bunch when you're out in the woods hunting?
I don't know. We're all a little quirky.
Yeah.
Yeah, we've all got
It
our
depends
things.
on the day.
I'd say I agree, Kim. It depends on the day and the situation.
Yeah.
I could probably be a little bit bossy.
No.
Not always.
So this alligator, Lisa, tell us the story on that.
Oh gosh, that was gee, what year was that? That was
Sharon
5 or
and Kim.
6 years ago. Cherry and I went to Mississippi for the first time and went on a gator hunt, which was absolutely amazing. I've never experienced anything like it. So the whole time, funny story, whole time getting ready for it, and I'm terrified of snakes and spiders, believe it or not.
And you picked a wonderful spot to go then.
Right? So all I could think about was, I needed like snake boots and, all this stuff to keep me protected from snakes. And anyways, come to find out, I went and spent like a ton load of money on a pair of snake boots and didn't need them because we're in a boat all night. Right? I had no idea what I was getting into, and it's just like you're up literally all night. You sleep all day, you hunt gator in a boat all night, going up and down the rivers, and it's an incredible experience. You just watch and you see their red eyes come up and floating on top of the water, and the further away their eyes are, the bigger gator it is, right? Yeah, it's very, very exciting. It's like high adrenaline. So we went back probably 3-4 times, and I've since learned how to cast. It's like with a spey rod sort of thing. It's like 150-pound test line, treble hook. It's just you cast over the gator's head, and then you foul hook them. And once you get them in, and you just it's like playing a big fish, right? And once you tire him out, whether you want to keep him or not, once you tire him out, when he comes up to the side of the boat and he's tired out, then you shoot him with 410 whatnot. It's a lot of fun. I know some people would say you're crazy, but it's a lot of fun. It's not something you do every day, right?
Tell me, he's at least got the hide taken back or the heads from the harvest.
Well, we have Terry and I each have a skull that's in Mississippi. We haven't had them shipped back yet. There's some paperwork, that needs to be done to get them shipped back here and whatnot, but we'll get them here at some point. And it was that one that you've seen in the picture. That's one I cut Terry's picture out of that.
Didn't want to give Terry any credit, eh?
No.
Because Lisa's was bigger.
No, actually it wasn't. But if I would have kept his picture in there, you would have seen how small mine was. Like, see, he had the full size luggage. I only had the carry on. That's a lot of fun. But I gotta say, if asking about exciting hunts, up until now, I think my most exciting hunt's got to be hog hunting. I love hog hunting. Yeah.
It's out of the chopper or just ground or?
No, just on the ground, in a blind, or in a tree stand. Yeah. I tell you, it's a lot of fun.
They're destructive. I've seen the damage some of them hogs do down south of the border, and it's something else.
Yeah, they sure are, and I tell you, there's tons of them.
What was it? I was reading recently there. I believe it was Saskatchewan or Alberta they've moved into now. So it won't take long before they're throughout the provinces here, unfortunately.
Right. So. Yeah.
So what, I know you guys or gals have done a lot of fishing as well. So favorite fish species to target, speckled trout, rainbow trout, browns, salmon. If you do fly fishing, striped bass, I know I've seen a lot of photos there of the striped bass fishing. So that must have been in Shuby River, maybe, if I'm guessing correct.
Yep, on the Shuby. I enjoy stripers the most. Just the fight of getting them in. They're big fish. It's fun. They taste good.
I'm gonna mention a fish that you didn't mention. Not because we love to eat them, but we love to catch them. We often go to Middle Stewiacke on the Stewiacke River and fish for shad. We'll give them away for bass bait, or sometimes my husband will give them to his aunt and she'll cook them for him. They're a lot of work to eat because they have a lot of bone in them. But it's kind of like catching a striper, but because they fight, they're a fighting fish. You have to work them to get them in. Not as big, of course, but they are a lot of fun to fish, and when they're running, they're plentiful. So, it's nothing to cast your rod out and get a hit, every third or fourth time you cast. So, I grew up fishing with a rod and reel in a brook, and I'm not one really to fish from a boat. And I don't love sitting there all day like you do with stripers and with the line in the water, and you cast it every 20 minutes or so. I love like cast and reel. And the shad, they're a perfect fish for doing that with.
Awesome. Yeah, I wasn't thinking that one. You don't hear too many people liking them other than bait fish for the most
Well,
part.
they're fun to fish though. Like so, and that's mostly what we use them for is bait fish, or we give them to friends who fish bass all the time, and they use them for bait. But it's just a fun time in the riverbank, and in the area where we go, it's nothing to go up there and there'd be like 30 people on the bank fishing shad.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
The more they get out, the better.
Oh,
I know.
yeah.
I know we've got people here that like the white perch. They go crazy for them, and it's like to me.
And Charlene's family took us eeling.
I've seen the pictures there. We browsed through them earlier, and that looked like an exciting adventure there on the ice. I was kind of impressed when I seen the bag of sand on the ice, though. I must say that was pretty smart for the most part, because I'm like, what do they got the bag of sand for? I had a dumb moment for a second, and then I was like, traction. So, but
Charlene's family, they eel a lot every year, so she's taken us a few times, and it is crazy. You can gut them and skin them, and they're still moving. It is bizarre.
So, how do you like eating them?
Well, I have tried, and what Teresa and them eat it quite a bit, but what Teresa's daughter explained it as is it tastes like brook trout.
Yeah, I guess you could compare that. So,
I don't know.
It's like oh, we've got a comment here. No sand. Where's that here?
That's eels and nothing.
Well played. Well played. Yeah.
Well,
Had me fooled.
right,
Yeah, no, it had me fooled. I was like, oh, that's a great idea for traction. So anyway, I guess I got fooled.
I didn't know what he was talking about when he said that. I was just going along with it, Cher.
It's something, but I've eaten the alligator before, and believe it or not, that tastes like chicken. I don't know how many you've eaten alligator before, but it does taste like chicken.
Well, I've had it, and actually, funny story. So Terry and I, when we were down in Mississippi the first time, we were so close to the Louisiana border. I said, "Well, we're this far. We've got to go over, and we've got to go to East Monroe, and I got to go to the Duck Commander place, right?" I'm a big fan of Duck Dynasty, so I had to go over there. So we went and did the tourist thing and whatnot, and so then we come around this little mall complex and we see Willie's Duck Diner. So I said, well, we got to go in there and eat. So we go in, and I don't know, be a busy spot for sure. It was full and it was just hopping, right?
Mm-hmm.
So what do we order? I mean, we're there hunting gator, so I said, well, we may as well try the stuff since we're here hunting it. So anyways, long story short, I couldn't taste nothing of it. It looked like chicken, looked like little chicken nuggets. It was very chewy, and I didn't really taste anything off of it. But that's not saying I would never try it again, because I will. Right? It's like first time I ever tried bear. I said, I will never, ever touch that again. Now, bear is one of the things that I probably eat before anything else.
You can't complain there. I know bear's got its own taste in itself, depending on what you bait them with, the whole 9 yards. I know guys that up here in Cape Breton hunt down around Marguerite, and there's a landfill that's not far, so you kind of know what you're eating, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So I guess future hunts. what do you girls plan on going after, since the bucket list seems to be getting pretty narrowed down in the Atlantic provinces anyway?
Usually our hunts are like a sitting over drinks and somebody comes up with an idea and then we're all like, yes, we're doing it. It's always like out of the spur of the moment. And we're like, yes.
Uh-huh.
We here at
So
my
who
house
knows?
keep talking about a family turkey hunt. So I wouldn't be opposed to going with other people's families too, but we'd really like, my husband and I would really like us and our kids to go. I've experienced it. My daughter did a quick turkey hunt in Maine with Charlene's son. It was like a 1 or 2 day, down one day, hunt the next day, back that night. So, and she did get a turkey, and so did Charlene's son. But I'd like her to experience like sitting in the woods with, you know, calling herself or someone calling for her, listening to that person talk to the turkey, and hear them come in and watch them come in. And same with my son and my husband. They've never experienced turkey hunting. So that would be an awesome trip, I think, for us to do together.
That's how
So another
memories are
turkey hunt.
made.
The morning
I'd
when
love
the
to do
woods
another
wake
turkey
up.
hunt.
We've got one here. Riley got 2 1-shots. Oh, this must have been one from.
Oh, this is my
must be your
daughter.
daughter.
Yeah, she said Riley got 2 with 1 shot. And the last time I went turkey hunting, I got 2 turkeys with 1 shot about an hour in on our first day of a 4 or 5 day turkey hunt. So I was done after an hour or 2 on our first day.
Jeez, that was a quick one.
Yeah.
I've heard it happen before with deer and that. Turkeys, that's a tough one, I'd say.
Yeah,
Especially-
I shot, and then I went to find my turkey, and I found it, and then about 4 feet from it was another turkey. I'm like, oh no. So done.
We've got another viewer here. Must be related to you, Lisa, Darlene, who has hunted groundhogs.
I'm
Bill
gonna
Murray.
guess that that's Lisa.
Bill Murray.
I'm not sure who she's talking about.
So, what advice do you girls give any young ladies that are watching, and that in regards to the hunting and fishing? Any advice you'd give them for wanting to get into the sport? Any tips, tricks, advice in general?
Ask questions. Find somebody who loves the outdoors, and ask them lots of questions. You don't learn anything unless you ask questions.
That's true.
There's a lot of there's a lot of great organizations out there right now that have a lot of mentor programs. Canadian Wild Turkey Federation is one of the bigger ones across Canada right now, and there are a lot of programs. The Women Like Us programs and the Kids Like Us programs. They can reach out. Depending where they're from, their hometown, there's always, contacts for the Canadian Wild Turkey Federation. And there's always mentors that are always willing to take kids out, women out, right? There's a lot out there that, it's not like you can walk out blinded with it. There's a lot of organizations out there right now that can help people, right? That want to go out. But as far as women wanting to get into it, my personal opinion is that learn from another woman. No diss on the guys, but because women, it is true, women and men do hunt differently. We do hunt differently. So I think learning from another woman, I think it just fits. That's just my opinion.
Just get out in the woods. Get yourself a blind, get out there and sit and watch. walk around, look at things, learn what
Well,
sign is. You'll see where the deer are. If you're going to deer hunt, it's the easy
Well,
way to
for-
start around here.
First of all, get your hunter's safety and your firearm safety.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
before you
it's-
shoot
All that
something.
stuff first.
Yeah, make sure you're 100% legal before you do it. Obviously.
That's right. That's right. And again, there are a lot of good organizations out there that can help with all that stuff.
So I know you girls have a Facebook page, Mother Hunters. So any viewers that may have a daughter or something that may have a question, would you ladies mind if they engaged on the Mother Hunters page and ask questions? If he's got time eventually down the road, not saying he's can answer right away, obviously, but if somebody reaches out on your Facebook page and asks a question, would you girls be opposed to offering advice?
Not at all.
Not at all. No.
Yeah, for
We
sure. Yeah.
help out any way that we can, right?
Perfect. And I know we're getting close here to the hour mark, which didn't take long going when we think about it. Does for this, I guess, if anybody's got any other final thoughts, questions, comments for any of the viewers that watch this, I know personally when I put up the little intro aspect last night, it wasn't even 24 hours, and there was almost 4,000 engagements on it. So I right now I haven't checked the analytics to see how many the video from the live feed has brought in, but I'm sure it's gained some attention, as has the last couple of podcasts from coast to coast. And we've had one person recently reach out from New Zealand, so don't be surprised if somebody from another country reaches out on here and asks any questions, believe it or not. So it's been interesting.
This week when we posted, I think Lisa posted the Mother Hunter's Sizzler video on her Facebook page, and I shared it, and then someone had commented on it that, mother's hunting is not really a new thing. And I kind of responded with, well, no, I know it's not a new thing, and I know there are tons of women out there who hunt, but in a sport and an industry that is, geared a lot of times towards men, it is nice sometimes to see women showcased, and so other women can see, like, I can do this. These girls can do it. If they can do it, I can do it too. And that's sort of I think the mentality that we all have had in this group is that if you even inspire one person or one woman to go out and get her hunting courses and get her, legal to carry course and all of that, then, you've done something right. So I think it's important. Stuff like this is important so that other women see it and think, I can do that. I can do that too.
For sure.
Mm-hmm.
Anyone else have anything they want to chime in with? Any closing remarks? I see New Brunswick Moose Hunters. Hi, Jeff, and Women Hunters. So they've been that group there has been great. A couple of groups in New Brunswick. We get a lot of viewers from them as well, so we appreciate that. And it just goes, the platform in itself just gives a voice there that mainstream media doesn't really give to the people who do this sport. When something goes wrong, everybody's quick to point fingers. When everything is safe and copacetic, everybody kind of doesn't want to hear the good, the exciting. It gets people outdoors, good for mental health, the whole 9 yards. So it's there.
Yep.
Creates great memories with friends, families, so on and so forth. I'm sure, Lisa, with you guiding and that as well, some of the people that you've guided, you've still got a close bond with and connection back and forth to stuff like that. So
Yeah,
it's a never ending aspect there where people it grows on people.
it does. Yeah. And yeah, again, for women out there that, haven't gotten into it yet, would like to try. And I mean, I started, very slowly, and I mean, fast forward, and here I run my own black bear guiding business out of New Brunswick, right? So I mean, you just don't know where days, years going to take you. You just, do what you love and have fun with it.
And for anybody that wants to contact North Shore Guide Services on Facebook, and there's Where You Want to Be Outfitters, or is it Outfitting? I forget now, in Newfoundland.
Outfitters.
Uh, check them out. Price your hunt. I'm sure COVID is playing havoc there with that, as well as everything else, obviously. So,
Mm-hmm.
uh,
Mm-hmm.
like I said it previous there with Mike Holland, and other times just through our own local organization, try to support local small businesses, because right now that's when they need the help the most. So uh, that's kind of all I've got there, unless some viewers want to ask any other questions. But we're at the 1 hour mark, and everybody's got things to do and whatnot. So if any of you girls have anything else you want to add, last
I'll just
chance.
add, I'll just add one more thing, Jeff, before we go, because our one of our girls who we love very much, which is Kim, is a paramedic out there during this time, and we should all thank her for risking every day. They go out there. So thank you, Kim.
Thanks for your service, Kim. First responders got it uh, front and center this time around. So, well, we've got two. Anytime, Jeff, you can always post in my group. My 10-year-old daughter is looking at pictures, ladies, in the past couple of days.
That's awesome.
Nice.
And he's chimed in here. If it'll bring up here before and you inspire her a lot. So there you go, ladies.
Nice. That's
It's
awesome.
a 10-year-old girl there. So
Start them young.
start them young. They'll
Okay.
carry it on into the future. So perfect.
Well, thanks very
Well,
much, Jeff, for having us.
I appreciate you taking the time to talk about some hunting that you girls have done, and your adventures with the moose and all that fun stuff. So it's it's interesting, because a lot of viewers that may watch this may not know the bonds that are generated with this. So thanks for sharing that with the viewers, and we appreciate it.
Thanks very
Thank you.
much. Bye
Thanks.
now.
All right.
Bye.
Thanks, Teresa. Thanks, Lisa. And thanks, Kim.
Take care, everyone.
Well, there you have it, folks. We had the Mother Hunters on episode 3 of Coast to Coast Outdoors. Um, we'd like to thank the viewers that had engaged in this. And if there is any organization from British Columbia to Newfoundland that wishes to get on and discuss the outdoors, whether it be hunting, fishing, guiding, outfitting, if outfitters want to get on and talk, as you can see, we were sponsored by North Shore Guide Services in New Brunswick, and Where You Want to Be Outfitting in Newfoundland. To have them on and talk about a few things. So it's funny if you guys have had the chance to check out their promo video. YouTube it. It is on YouTube, obviously. Look for Mother Hunters. You can play it. I believe it's 5.5 minutes long. I would try to play it here, but due to time restraints with the platform I'm on, I'm kind of hurdled by that. To everybody that had commented, once again, I appreciate the engagement, as do everybody that's taken part in the show. That was episode 3. Again, anybody wants to reach out, like the page, share it with your members in your Facebook groups or social media groups. We would appreciate that as well. Again, we have a number of different and talented individuals from all different aspects of the outdoor world. We I'm hoping in the next couple of days to have Kiki from Bite the Bullet there in New Brunswick on to showcase how she does some jewelry making out of some spent ammunition cases as well. And the next episode, or the 2 next ones to follow, we are looking at having on Sunday Barry Fortham from Newfoundland on speaking about the moose population and bears and caribou and fishing in Newfoundland as well. Followed by Darren Porter in Nova Scotia talking about some issues there that are affecting fish migration. So stay tuned. There's plenty of discussions. My next podcast after that, I believe we should be trying to reach out to Ontario. And we've also reached out to the hunting and fishing, conservative hunting and fishing or angling caucus group there to get their input on some stuff there in British Columbia and just across Canada in general, and see where the feds are looking at things in regards to fish and wildlife. So with all that said and done, I again thank you guys for watching, and enjoy your weekend.